Hello my angels, welcome to TJS Tarot. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is TJ. I am a psychic divination reader and witch, and I'm so happy to have you here today. For those of you who are not new to my channel and are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here also. Today we are looking into, will you get a promotion or a new job? So we are going to be focusing mainly on your current situation. Well, of course, your current situation. Are you going to get this promotion that maybe you have in mind at your current place of work? Are you going to get a new job? I'm really tapping into the energy as far as any kind of anticipation that you may be feeling. I went ahead and I pre-shuffled some oracle cards. I am going to close out with these oracle cards, and then I am going to start off with tarot, looking into your current situation. If your current situation is making a lot of sense, then more than likely the pile that you chose is for you. Keep in mind keep in mind that this is for a large group of people. It's a general reading for a large group of people. So if certain things aren't quite aligning or aren't quite making sense, but a majority of it is, you know, use your best judge of character. If you feel like it really isn't meant for you, or it's not quite, like, try not to make anything fit. Make sure you're trusting your intuition and your own inner guidance. If you feel like it's not meant for you, then maybe another pile is meant for you, or maybe this reading is just not meant for you at this time. So moving forward with tarot, I am going to look into your current situation, as I said before, and then I am going to tell you anything that you need to know regarding your job, promotion, so on and so forth. So please make sure you pause the video if you need to. This is pile 1, 2, and 3. Make sure you are meditating on the cards, paying attention to which one you are most attracted to, most drawn to, and I will see you there. Hello, my pile ones. If you chose the Knight of Pentacles, little mini tarot, adorable, isn't it? If you chose this card, yeah, this reading is for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said before, we are going to close out with the oracles. So let's go ahead and look into your current situation. Spirit, for connecting me to my pile one's energy and their current situation involving your place of work, starting a promotion or a new job. All right, so we got the Empress. I feel like you definitely like where you work. I feel like there's definitely opportunity to grow. You feel very comfortable there. You feel like you feel nurtured, you feel taken care of. Yeah, wow. This is really good energy. Let me pull one more. One more, please, Spirit. Holy shit. Okay, sorry to swear. So this is looking really good. I feel like your current situation is looking amazing. I feel like if you haven't gotten like a raise or a promotion of where you currently are, I feel like that is definitely coming soon. Not to, you know, jump to conclusions here, but I feel like this could be you. You could be the Empress. Maybe you work in the beauty industry. Maybe you work in, I'm also picking up on like a nurse. Maybe it's like medical, maybe, yeah, I feel like this is like new energy, or this is very refreshing energy. I don't know if there was like a change of management. I don't know if because I'm feeling this is like brand new energy. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I don't want to jump to conclusions here because we still have so much to look into. But if you haven't already gotten a new job, or if you really enjoy like your current job, something is changing, or there's like a really fresh energy. But I feel like you really enjoy where you are right now. In your current situation, you are looking very abundant, very fruitful, very a lot of good things, like very happy, very content, very yeah, balanced, to say the least. Why is the Empress here, Spirit? Why is the Empress here? Yeah, you could have overcome some difficulties in the past, or maybe you've learned some lessons, or you've really been putting in the work. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Yeah, you've been doing the work. You've been putting in for the lack of a better phrase, proving yourself, I guess you could say. And I feel like it's been making you really happy. Like, I don't know if maybe you have been working more, or you've been getting more recognition, or you've just been feeling really good. Like you've been in your element. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here, Spirit? Yeah, I feel like something is on the horizon for you. This is something that's requiring patience. Maybe you've currently been patient. I feel like you definitely have the, what's the word I'm looking for? You have the potential. It's like you can feel it. I also heard like eyes on the prize. Like you could have eyes on the prize. Maybe it is a promotion, because I feel like you really like where you are currently. Like you really love it. You feel happy. You feel fulfilled. You feel like there's opportunities. You feel like you get recognized where you're meant to get recognized. But there definitely is potential, because this is, I specifically put 5 cards out because I'm looking at the 3rd card, which is like the main central energy of everything. Like it is the foundational energy. It could also represent, you in this situation. And I feel like there is, you could feel as though something could be moving towards you in a positive way, but it's going to require balance and patience. Why is the Knight of Cups here, Spirit? Why is the Knight of Cups here? If things haven't been changing, or if that doesn't resonate with you as far as like your current place of work changing, or something is new, or something is being revitalized in some way, it's coming very soon. Oh my gosh. The energy in this is just so great. Or this could just be like your energy. Maybe you're just feeling like really good, and you're feeling very abundant. I don't know if maybe you currently got out of, this is a little off topic. Maybe you currently got out of a relationship, and you've been really focusing on your own gain, your own personal gain. Because I'm picking up on like a lower vibrational water sign. I'm picking up masculine energy. Doesn't necessarily have to indicate like male. It could be male or female. Gender really doesn't apply here. Everybody has masculine and feminine energy. But I'm getting a low vibrational masculine energy. But you are definitely in a good spot. You're in a very... you're in a spot of prosperity. And I feel like you've worked really hard to become like this Empress energy. You could maybe still be facing like a little bit of battles in order to really get to this point of like your Empress energy, but you've been working hard. You've been putting in the work. You've been getting noticed. You've been really happy. Like you've been pouring into your own cup. I feel like that's what it is. And I feel like you feel good. You feel happy. You feel like you're finally focusing on things that are important here. But I'm also picking up on like, maybe for some of you, you've gotten out of maybe a bad relationship, or a relationship that was really holding you back. And you are, you're waiting for something good to happen. Yeah, so if that does resonate with you, let's go ahead and move forward with if you're getting a promotion or a new job. I don't know if I mentioned raise by accident. This is specifically like a promotion or a job. This is like a title in general, not necessarily like a raise. Although, you know, there could be a raise involved if you get a promotion and or a new job. So please and thank you, Spirit, for tapping into my pile ones. Will they get a promotion or new job? I'm forever dropping my cards. Where are you supposed to be? Well, I feel like this is a yes. Yeah, you're exuding so much positive energy in this. You could just be feeling very confident and you're like, you know what? Like maybe I will say this though, since the Five of Pentacles did come attached to the Magician here, I'm not going to leave it here, but I just want to say make sure you are still remaining humble and you're not remaining, you're not being cocky in any way. Still make sure that you are staying grounded and still make sure that you are putting in the same amount of effort that you've always been. It's one thing to be confident and then it's another thing to feel just very like arrogant and like something is owed to you. But I feel like either, yeah, I'm seeing a partnership here. So you could be collaborating with someone. This could be like I feel like this is a promotion. And the reason why I feel like this is a promotion because you're very content and you're very happy where you currently are and you just want to build on that. But I feel like this is like working closely with someone. Maybe it's a management position. Maybe it's like an assistant manager type job. Maybe it's like a supervisor, or like you're just going to be aiding someone in some way. But I feel like it's gonna, like a partnership, like a team partnership. But with this Five of Pentacles, I want you to take a good look at it. And I want you to, I mean, I also feel like you are going to be coming out of this energy as far as financial hardship or just financial worry. Or constantly living like paycheck to paycheck. I feel like you are going to be coming out of this energy, but this is also a warning not to get too cocky. Okay? Or not get cocky. I don't want to say too cocky. It's one thing, like I said before, it's one thing to be confident, and then it's another thing to just be very, you know, give that entitled, you know, air about you. So make sure you're careful, make sure you're humble, make sure you're still, you know, presenting yourself at work the way that you need to. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get this. I'm still going to lay out some more cards here, but I feel like you could be working with a woman, or you could work with like a lot of women. Doesn't have to be. But I feel like they're really going to like your energy, your nurturing energy. They're going to notice that you have good energy. Like you're going to be radiating like a lot of vitality, a lot of confidence, a lot of happiness. And I think you could be really happy right now in this chapter in your life. And I feel like that is going to be very infectious in this situation. And they're going to see that, you know, you've either grown or you've done well for yourself, or you've proven yourself. Like they're going to give credit where credit is due. And I feel like because you are happy, they're going to notice that, and they're going to want to take advantage of your happiness, if that makes sense, in a positive way, not in a negative. Why is the Sun here? Why is the Queen of Cups here? Why is the Two of Cups here? This could involve travel. This could involve maybe you going to a different location, or you're going like out of, you're traveling somewhere for training, or you're traveling somewhere for the interview. Resume. Interesting. I'm picking up a few things on here, but I'm going to save it for a second. I'm going to pull for the rest. Why is the Nine of Cups here, please, Spirit? Why is the Nine of Cups here? It's because you have ideas. Why is the Magician here? Why? Okay. So, this definitely clarified it for me. So what I was picking up on here with the Two of Cups, so this is multiple things, but I'm just going to finish my thought that I had before. So the Two of Cups, the Emperor, and then the Six of Wands in reverse, I feel like someone around you definitely has a positive influence on you when it comes to this happiness. For some of you, I'm picking up on maybe it's a support system, maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's a group of friends, maybe it is a love interest, maybe you just started dating someone, maybe it's like a sibling or something, but like you feel very supported and you feel like they really impacted the results of you getting this. Maybe not directly, but the reason why you've been feeling so good is because you've been feeling very supported and lifted up in a positive way. And with this, the reason why I say that is because like the Six of Wands, it's like it was earned. You know, this position was earned because of other things, not just because of someone helping you, or like this isn't, this is like the only word I can think of at the moment, but it's like there's no like nepotism. There's no like, oh, well, the reason why they got that promotion or the reason why they got that job is because they're, you know, in cahoots with so-and-so. Like, no, this was actually like earned. Like you worked really hard for it. But the fact that your energy has been so in such a high vibration and you've been so happy and optimistic and driven is because you've had that support. You've had that support from somebody. Like someone has your back here. And you know, maybe it's you, you know, maybe it's your own self-esteem that you've been pouring into your own cup and you've been taking care of yourself. And maybe it is you, but I definitely feel like it could very much, it could just be you, you know, because the Emperor is ruled by Aries, and Aries is ruled by the first house, which is the self. So it could very much be you and you alone. But I also see like a support system here with like the Four of Wands and the Magician. Like I feel like maybe like your home life is a lot more happy, a lot more stable. Maybe you started I don't know why I picked up on this, but like self-help books or self-confidence. I don't know why I want to say tapes. That kind of ages me a little bit. But there's like outside sources that have been lifting you up and making you feel better. But I feel like it's not something that how can I say this? Like it was rightfully earned, you know? And I feel like you went out and explored, you know, you found your happiness. And you didn't stop until you got it. And you did the, you know, the networking and the exploration, and you did all the right things. You did all the right things, and you are currently doing all the right things in order to get what it is that you want. Like you put in the effort and the energy to do that. And I feel like that's going to be noticed. Good for you. Okay, let's go ahead and close this out with your oracles. So we got in Taurus, resources to maintain the practicality of resulting from the productivity of. So Taurus, earth signs in general have to do with money, have to do with hard work, have to do with tenacity. Taurus in general, it's like work ethic, job, hard work, money, finer things in life, so on and so forth. We got Mars, energize, confront, force yourself to. Mars, see, you put in the work. What did I just say? We got the Moon, the nurturing of feelings caused by reactions. Hopefully you can see that. We got you're ready. There's something better. And prove yourself. What did I freaking say? Yeah, prove yourself. I feel like this card has been coming up for me a lot. I don't know why. But maybe you feel as though that you have proved yourself, or you've been making it a point to prove yourself, so you do get that recognition. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be getting some upgrades. And yeah, I feel like this is a promotion. Specifically, I think this is a promotion. Promotion is technically, a new job too. If there is something that you specifically want, regardless of the situation, it's yes, you are going to be getting this new job, new promotion. They're really going to like you. They're really going to notice you and see that you've put in the work, that you're serious, that you actually care about making a difference, or you care about, that's another thing that I wanted to say. So with the ace of, with the page of swords here, I feel like this is going to be like your interview. Like it's going to have a lot of heart, and it's going to have like a lot of ideas. Like you could just be like a very good problem solver. And I think you implementing or sharing your ideas during the interview and implementing like a lot of heart and a lot of good intention with it is really going to impact you getting this job or getting this position, because they're going to feel the love that you have for the company or the job itself. Regardless, they're going to see how much you really care. Yeah, and that's going to make a big difference. Okay. Wonderful. Well, that was that was probably one of the most optimistic readings I have done in a very, very long time. It was beautiful. It was straight to the point. And I am good for you, my pile ones. Like, get on with your bad self. Well, congratulations. I don't see any kind of hesitancy. Like, I feel like this is definitely in the bag for you. And I will say this, because I say this to everybody, hypothetically, I feel like there's a very, very good chance that you do get this position, but hypothetically, if you don't, there's something better out there for you. And with this amount of positive energy, regardless of the situation, you're going to love it. Okay? Many blessings to you, my pile one. Please comment down below after you get this job. I really want to hear all the juicy details. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever you feel called to do, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Welcome, my pile twos, to your reading. If you chose the Ace of Pentacles, this reading is for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. As I said before, we are going to close out with the pre-shuffled oracles. Excuse me, I can't talk. Pre-shuffled oracles. But yeah, let's go ahead and look into your current situation. Current situation. Please and thank you, Spirit, for my pile twos. Can you please help me tap into my pile twos energy? Okay, I apologize for that little delay there. All right. Okay. Yeah, you've been wanting to move up for a while. If this is, I feel like you're happy with where you are, but there's been a little bit of stagnant energy. Usually with the tower right side up, that's like sudden changes. That's like, boom, a huge shift. And I feel like you've been wanting to climb the ladder. You've been wanting to move up. You've been wanting to learn more. You've been wanting to do more. Take a risk, take a chance, take a leap of faith. But there just hasn't been. It hasn't happened yet. And I feel like you're pretty happy. And pretty content with where you work. I feel like it's very routine. It's very, I also heard like you're an expert. Maybe you've been working there for a long time, maybe like 10 years time, or you've been working there for a solid amount of time to where like you know a lot and you know everything. But there's a little bit of, it's like you want more. You want more, and you want an offer, you want an opportunity. Can you tell me more about the Eight of Wands? Please and thank you, Spirit. Can you tell me more about the Eight of Wands? Yeah, and I feel like you haven't really like vocalized it too much, or you've been, oh, okay. Maybe in the past, this is something like you've thought about, you know, climbing the ladder. If you thought about moving on up, but you were maybe you had a little bit of lack of confidence, or maybe like you just weren't sure, or maybe you got overlooked, but there was some sort of had to do with someone's judgment or someone's judge of character. Maybe it was yours, maybe it was management before you, or maybe it was, I don't know. It could have been, it's involving someone's perception or someone's idea, or just wanting to pull the trigger on something. And it's been weighing heavy on your mind as far as like nothing really, you know, moving forward. It's like you want to make a change. Maybe you have a lot of ideas, maybe you have a lot of inspirations, maybe it's something that you've really been thinking about. It's like you want to get things rolling, you want to get things moving, and you want to, like I heard, it's like, who do I have to talk to in order to make changes, or to get to where I want to be. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Why is the Ten of Cups here? That's too many. Just one, Spirit, thank you. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Thank you. Yeah, so we got the Queen and the King of Wands here. You're very smart. I feel like, you know how I had mentioned before, like you're an expert? I feel like a lot of people could already come to you, which is why like you probably feel like, hello, like why haven't I moved up yet? Or why haven't I gotten my flowers for, you know, everything? Like I feel like they kind of come to you for more than one resource. It's like you have that balance, you have that knowledge on many different areas of whatever it is that you do. Maybe you work in technology, maybe you work somewhere where you have to like problem solve a lot. Cause I'm looking at like the swords here. So it's something very cerebral, something that maybe like something to do with data, technology. I'm also picking up on like law or communications, communicating with people. Maybe even, I'm picking up a little bit on like mercurial energy. So that could be, maybe has to do with travel. Maybe you work at an airport or a travel agency, or maybe you are like a driver. Also picking up on pilot too. Let me see. Yeah, so it could have to do with travel, communication, networking with people, maybe social media, marketing, something of that nature, something where you're actually having to like communicate with people, connect with people, problem solve for people. All right, Why is the Nine of Cups reversed here? Why is the Nine of Cups reversed? Why is this card here? Thank you. And why is the Nine of Cups here? But there's a little bit of worry here that I'm picking up on. Why is the Nine of Cups here? Why is the Nine of Cups? Yeah, there's a level of frustration because you feel like you deserve it. You feel like you've put in your time, your energy, your knowledge, your blood, sweat, and tears, and you just haven't been compensated yet. So you're a little bit defensive as far as, you know, waiting for someone to come in with an offer. And I feel like maybe you feel like you're not fully appreciated where you work right now. Like, you like what you do, and you like, you like your place of work, but there's also like a little bit of resentment. There's a little bit of defensiveness. And before I move forward with anything else, I just want to say you need to drop that. You need to let that go. You need to heal that, because honestly, I hate to be this person to say this, but everything really does happen for a reason. And honestly, if it really meant a lot to you, like if it was something that you had control over and you didn't do anything about it, then I'm sorry, my love, like that's kind of on you, but if it had nothing to do with you and it had to do with, someone else's choice or, so on and so forth, then you have to trust the fact that maybe that position just wasn't meant for you at this time, so just make sure you're letting go of baggage. You're letting go of any kind of negative, defensiveness, energy, so on and so forth. Okay. If you feel as though that resonated with you, let's go ahead and move forward with it. Are you going to get a new job / promotion? Let's go ahead and look into it. Please and thank you, Spirit. Thank you for helping me tap into my pile 2's energy. We are looking into a new job or promotion for my pile 2's. Will they get a new job and or promotion? Will they get a new job promotion? Please and thank you, Spirit. Will they get job promotion? Will my pile 2's get a new job promotion? So funny. In my pile 1's, for the third card for, the same spread, the 2 of Cups came up in the same position. So this is telling me that you are going to be working closely with someone. I see a lot of promise. I see a lot of promise here. I feel like I'm picking up on some good energy here, but let's go ahead and move forward. I don't want to jump the gun too soon. Why is Magician here? This is something that you've been manifesting, by the way. This is something you've been thinking about for a while. Why is the Death card here? Why is the 2 of Cups here? Please and thank you, Spirit. Why is the 2 of Cups here? Or will my pile 2's get promotion? Why is the Hanged Man here, Spirit? Why is the Hanged Man here? Why is the 10 of Cups here, Spirit? Why is the 10 of Cups here? All right, I'm going to move these up a little bit because I want to make sure you see everything. All right, I'm picking up on a lot of adrenaline. Maybe you're very, like, you could have a lot of adrenaline right now because you want to know if you're going to get this job or promotion. But looking at these two cards, I feel like there is an influence of some sort when it comes to this position. And I don't mean to connect this to something romantic, because Two of Cups doesn't necessarily mean that it's something romantic, but I feel like I'm going to pull another card. Can you clarify the Two of Cups and the King of Cups reverse for me, please? Oh, okay. So this could involve... Oh, okay. So that's why you're a little bit concerned. Because it's not your choice to make, obviously, because you have to interview and everything. You could have to... So with the interview process, I'm seeing like multiple steps. I'm seeing that maybe you have to go through a lot in order to find out if you got the position or not, and that could be what's stressing you out. Sorry, I don't mean to be distracting with this, but you're very, very hopeful. Like you're really hoping that you get this position. I think you have a very, very good chance of getting it. A very, very good chance. And the reason why I say that is because the Ten of Cups and the Star card, this is a wish fulfillment. I don't really think that was supposed to come, but I'm just going to leave it there just for fun. So Star card, that's all about like dreams, wishes coming true, you know, wishing upon a star. And it's also Aquarius energy, which is, you know, being ruled by the 11th house. It's also like hopes and dreams and wishes, but also community and friendship. And I feel like you're more concerned about other people involved, like that, like you're not so much worried about yourself as far as if you could do the job, if you are going to interview well. I think it's more so about you're not sure how other people perceive you, or you're not sure about like you just don't know how you come off to people, or you're not sure what, because I feel like the person interviewing could be a little disconnected. Like maybe they don't show that much emotion or expression on their face, and that's what makes you kind of nervous, because you're like, okay, well, did they like me? Did they not like me? And I feel like that person, that's just how that person is. But a benefit to that also, they're very business. They're not very touchy-feely. They're not very enthusiastic, or what's a word? They're very monotone, I guess you could say. They are the kind of person that I'm getting kind of like lawyer energy. Like they just want the facts. They don't want like hearsay or anything like that. They want so sorry, I don't mean to give you a delayed response. So I'm so sorry. What I was going to say before, you know, the benefit of that is, you know, they are very how can I say this? I'm so sorry. I can't freaking spit it out. It's this Mercury retrograde. They do put in a lot of thought when it comes to considering every single candidate. Like they are very fair. I will say that. They're not very direct and enthusiastic when it comes to giving you any kind of indication if they like you or anything like that, because I feel like that could be what's really stressing you out. Like during the interview, it's like, fuck, like I feel, excuse me, I don't mean to swear. They're like, man, like I feel like I bombed that. I feel like, you know, I don't know if they liked me. I don't know if they would consider me. Just make sure you're remaining confident, and make sure you are answering all of the questions very, confidently, very, I don't want to say a matter of fact, but I'm picking up like a matter of fact, because I feel like this person just wants a clear answer. They don't really like the flowery stuff. Now, when I say that, I don't want to come off. I don't want you to get the impression like you can't show any like passion or emotion, because I feel like they will consider that. But they also they really want you to answer the questions. They don't want you to be philosophical about it, if that makes sense. So if they ask you the question, you know, why are you interested in this job? You know, be very a matter of fact and be like, well, I've worked here for X amount of years. I have a lot of exposure and a lot of experience. I have seen the highs, I've seen the lows. I very much enjoy what I do, and I am ready for the next step, and I am confident that I can do it because of X, Y, and Z. And you know, I feel like you kind of matching their energy in a way of being very, very straightforward and very, very confident is what's really going to make them go, I kind of liked my pile twos and how, you know, straightforward they were. It's a confidence that they're really looking for. Let me see. What else did I pick up on? Yeah, I really feel like you are going to get this job. Don't let other things give you the illusion of, how can I say this? Don't let like your inner saboteur really affect this. You know, go in, do your interview, do it with a lot of confidence and a lot of integrity, and I feel like I feel like you will get the result that you want. And I feel like you could also have, very similar to my pile ones, I feel like you could have someone on your side really setting that foundation of, you know, strength and confidence. Like maybe you have someone on your side to really like lift you up and make you feel like you can do this, because I feel like maybe you kind of get in your head a little bit and you're wondering like, okay, this is what I want. And then as soon as it gets closer to it, you're like, well, I don't know, like this seems like a lot. It's like you kind of second guess yourself. So I feel like as long as you stay stable, and I feel like as long as you are doing it with the best intentions. And when I say best intentions, I'm also picking up on maybe like a mother figure or some sort of like maternal figure, that this kind of goes hand in hand. I feel like this is a support system as well as maybe someone pressuring you in order to make sure you do get this position. So make sure that it is coming from a genuine place when it comes to you wanting this. You want it for yourself and yourself alone. And I feel like you do, but don't put that extra pressure on yourself of, you know, I have to get this job kind of thing. I feel like you will get it. I feel like you will. You need to stay grounded. You need to stay grounded. You need to stay confident, and you need to listen to the love around you. Listen to the love. Listen to the support. Listen to the inner guidance and wisdom that you have, like your support system. Whoever your support system is, really lean into that. And take advantage of it too, because I feel like that's what you need. Like you need the encouragement and you need the love and support, and that's what's really going to impact your outcome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your oracles. So we got Jupiter, the granting of blessings from good fortune. In Virgo, methods for the healing power of the analyzing of, see what I told you about, something about analytics. Resulting from the perfectionism of. Intuition in Cancer, intuition to protect, attitudes from the past about, resulting from the history of. Neptune, sacrifice, the idealization of, confusion regarding sacrifice. Yeah, don't let your emotions affect, like, make you confused. That's what I'm really picking up on with a Cancer and Neptune. Just make sure your feelings aren't clouding your better judgment and your confidence. And because I feel like in Virgo here, Virgos know their shit. You know, they're very routine, they're very meticulous, they're very analytical, they are perfectionists, they are experts, they know what they're doing. And I feel like you need to stay confident and true to that, because I truly feel like you know what you're doing, because you've been doing it for a long time. Okay? So really don't let other people, maybe it's someone else, don't let other people, don't let your own emotions confuse you on this situation, because you can do it. So we got unlikely, be assertive. So this goes hand in hand, that if you're not assertive and you're not coming across confident, it's probably not going to look good for you. And we got a rare bloom. Yeah, they're gonna if you follow the advice and guidance that I am giving you, I feel like you are going to really stand out to the people interviewing. And they're going to think, we've never had anybody, with those kind of ideas or those kinds of answers before. They're gonna notice that you're coming from a genuine place, and they're gonna think that you're very rare, and they are gonna think of that as a benefit instead of a deficit. Cool. Well, good for you, my pile twos. Please comment down below and talk to me about this position and when you get it, so on and so forth. It's been a pleasure having you, my pile twos. I really hope this resonated. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you feel the desire to, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Welcome, my pile threes, to your pick a card reading. If you picked the 10 of Pentacles, this reading is for you. So as I said before, we're going to save the oracles for the very end. First, we're going to look into your current situation. So that's your current place of work and the energy around it. And we are going to go ahead and move into a different spread after that and see if you're actually going to get a promotion or a new job. So let's go ahead and get into it. Excuse me. Please and thank you, Spirit, for helping me tap into my pile threes and their energy. Please help me look into their current situation involving a promotion, a new job. I feel like you're very serious about what you do, or you're very serious about this situation. Also picking up on a little bit of desperation. Just one more, please, Spirit, for my pile threes. Just one more, please, Spirit, for my pile threes. Thank you. So maybe you've been feeling as though that you haven't been treated as fairly. Maybe you feel as though you've been overlooked. Maybe you feel as though that things aren't balanced at work. You don't really feel, maybe you work in law, or you work in, what was I going to say? Like law or politics, something where there's like justice involved, where there's like balance. I'm also picking up on like a state job or a city job, you know, something like that, government job, something along those lines. And I feel like it's just like you just don't feel like I feel like you've put in a lot, and you feel like you feel as though like you show up the way that you're supposed to every day, and you've done the most over the course of a certain amount of time, but it's like you're just not getting that fulfillment. Why is the King of Wands here? Please, Spirit, why is the King of Wands here? But I feel as though you haven't really given up hope. Like you're still moving forward, and you're still putting in the dedication. Like your work ethic is still there. Yeah, but you don't feel taken care of. You feel a little bit neglected. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Why is the Ten of Swords here? And why is Justice here? Why is Justice here? Why is Justice here? Yeah, you could just want more money. Yeah, you feel as though you're not getting compensated for all the work that you've put into, and there's resentment around that. There's anxiety, there's heartache, because I feel like you have other goals outside of work. Like there's other things that you want to accomplish in your life that you're not able to because you're not getting recognized the way that you feel like you should. Yeah, you feel overlooked and undervalued and underappreciated, but I feel like you're only looking at this based on how you feel, not on a broad spectrum, if that makes sense. Not trying to say that your feelings aren't valid. I'm not saying that at all. Your feelings are your feelings. But I feel like there's more beneath the surface than meets the eye. And I also feel like you're kind of looking at things a little bit one-sided. Okay? So if you feel as though that resonates with you, actually, let me pull one more for these 4 cards, please, Spirit. Why these 4 cards on the left side? On pile 3s. You want to do something more meaningful. Why these 4 cards on the right side? Why are these here? The 2 of Cups have shown up in every single one that I've done so far. Yeah. You may want to build on your home life. Maybe you want to get a new home. Maybe you want to get a new house. Maybe you want to spend more time at home. Maybe you want to start a family. And I feel like you can't do that unless you move forward in your financial endeavors. Maybe you want to redesign your home. Maybe you want to upgrade your home. Maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you just want to move. But you also want to do something more meaningful. But I'm also picking up maybe you want to start a family too. Okay. If you feel as though that resonates, let's go ahead and move into your next spread on will you get a promotion, new job, so on and so forth. Please and thank you, Spirit, for my pile 3s. Will they get a new promotion or job? is the Devil reversed here, please and thank you, Spirit? They're telling me you need to change your mindset about something, but I'll tap into that a little more later. Why is the Devil reversed here, please, Spirit? Just one card, please, Spirit. Why is the Devil reversed here? Thank you. Oh, because you're still debating on what it is that you want to do. Why is the Hanged Man reversed here, Spirit? Why is the Hanged Man reversed? Yeah, you're undecided. Why is the Empress here, please, Spirit? Why is the Empress here? So I feel like the center card here with the Empress, I feel like that is you. I feel like you know your value, you know your worth, you know you're a good person, you know that you are capable of doing a lot. Ooh, and we got the High Priestess. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, why is the Knight of Cups here? You could be relying on another source. You could be relying on, it's like you're looking for outside options, but it's like you're looking to get in through somebody else. It's like you're waiting for that lifeline. And I like how you're here, but the Knight of Cups has its back facing you. And it's like you're trying to get the attention from somebody, or you're trying to give a hint to somebody. Maybe you have multiple options, or you're trying to weigh your options, or you're looking for a way out. I feel like you're looking for a way out through someone else. Why are the Lovers here? Okay. This is giving me the energy. It's like you want to be rescued. Like you want someone to get you out of the situation that you're currently in. Like you just want a way out. But this is the thing, my darling. And I'm so sorry. Do not hate me. But this is just how things go. You really need to make a decision. You really need to make a decision on what it is that you want, what gives you that vitality, what gives you a sense of purpose, because I feel like you know yourself. You know yourself, you're very intuitive, you're very creative, you know your worth, you know that you have value, you know that to get the Empress and the High Priestess, that is powerful. That is very powerful, but I feel like you need to go deeper, because you're only looking at this from one. I kind of like that this came out in this reading too, but it's like you're thinking very one-sided. You're thinking a little too one-dimensional. That's the word I was looking for. You're looking too one-dimensional in all this, when you need to really challenge your mind and challenge the questions that you ask yourself. Like you need to go deeper. And I feel like, and again, I'm sorry, I feel like there could be elements that you're ignoring. There's elements within yourself that you are ignoring because you're just so used to your day-to-day routine. I feel like you've been working in this industry for a very long time, and I feel like the universe really wants you to push yourself and push yourself outside of the box, but I feel like you're afraid to. And I feel like you're just looking for an easy way out because you're just unhappy in the moment, when this is the opportunity that you're supposed to take in order to expand and grow and, get more creative and trust your intuition, trust yourself, trust that, what it is that you are truly passionate about and you truly love is for you. And I feel like this indecision is kind of a facade. And I feel like you're a little bit stuck in this routine of, this is all I can do, or this is all that I have done. How am I going to move forward in like a different kind of industry when this is all I've done? When in reality, that really doesn't matter. Those are still, tools and resources that you can implement in many different areas and many different fields. You need to get creative. You are a creative person. You need to get more creative when it comes to really being honest with yourself and making a decision. And I like that there are two Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, that's all about making a decision. And then we had, in the last spread, we had the Justice card, and that's, you know, ruled by Libra. You know, that's, you know, Libras can be very indecisive, but they're also, you know, balancing the scale. So you really need to weigh your options, and you need, because this is the thing, money will follow. You know, you'll end up getting what it is that you want, but it's like you need to fulfill yourself in order for that to really highlight value, if that makes sense. And I feel like you will get there, but it's going to take a lot of dedication, a lot of precision, and a lot of, again, this one was also in the last one, but like you need to get serious about it. You need to get passionate, you need to get motivated. It needs to mean something to you, to the point of you actually doing something about it. I hope that made sense. Let me pull one more card for this. Lovers and the King of Wands here. Yep, you need to go out and do it. You need to get off your booty. You need to explore. You need to explore. And they don't want you to just pick one thing. Also, they want you to know that you do have options, but they want you to be more expansive with it. And, you know, if you have an idea, write it down. If you have another idea, write that down. If you have another one, write that down too. You know, do not limit yourself. And I feel like that's where that Hangman reverse comes in. You're limiting yourself. You're limiting to yourself to only like a certain thing because you're looking for an easy way out. You need to do some work. You need, like, this is going to take a lot of dedication and a lot of time and a lot of soul searching too. You know, like, and that's the thing about, you know, with creativity and passion is it's movement. It's a lot of movement, and you're being, and I really don't like this word, but it's the only word that I can think of at the moment, so I apologize for using it, but there's a little bit of laziness here. You know, you are looking for an easy way out, and you're looking for someone to rescue you and help you and get you out of, you know, the situation that you're in. But this is the thing, is you are the only person that can get you out of this situation, because you are meant for so much more. And I feel like this is a lesson for you. You know, you need to start pouring into your own cup. You need to be your own Knight of Cups. You need to start investing in yourself, and you need to start building on yourself, really getting to know yourself, and be like, well, what do I like to do? What do I thoroughly enjoy? What are my key strengths? Like, am I a problem solver? Okay, what kind of line of work that I find, you know, interesting, that I can implement those things, you know? And because I feel like you know, with the last spread that I did with those Two of Cups, like, you want something meaningful. You want to make a difference. I feel like you genuinely want to help people. And you want to make a difference in the world, and you want to be respected, and you want to be noticed for the goodness that you do. And you want to make an impact. You want to make a difference. And I feel like what you're doing now is just very thankless, and it's kind of a waste of your natural abilities and your natural gifts, because you have that. Okay? So you gotta take the time to really think about it. You need to go inwards. You need to reflect, and when I say reflect, I mean really dig deep. Go back to your childhood. Go back to your childhood and ask yourself, you know, what did you like to do? What made you excited? What kind of kid were you? Were you someone who was always, you know, helping out their friends? Were you someone that, you know, loved to build things, you know, was constantly asking questions, you know, that, you know, was always there for people? Like, really look back on things like that, because a lot of people don't realize that our childhood and who we are as kids, that's us in a very pure form. And even though it's an immature energy, it's still very genuine. and it's still a big part of us. Like, even though, we get older and we learn and we grow and we expand and we evolve, every single version of us still lives within us, and we need to love it, and we need to respect it, and we need to use it, use the resources you have within yourself in order to really reach that level of happiness that you've always wanted. And I feel like you could be very successful, but it's gonna take a lot of exploration and a lot of thinking, a lot of internal dialogue. I also recommend journaling. Just journal, and I feel like that could bring a lot of inspiration too. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and close out with your oracles. But to answer your question, did I even answer your question? Yes, I do feel like you will get a new job on the horizon, but it's actually going to take a little more work than what you anticipate. Okay, so we have Uranus. Stir up the situation by using, be open to new ideas about, invent a way to. Maybe you're an inventor. You know what? I feel as though you are the one that comes up with all the ideas, all of the solutions, like, you have a big brain. You are an innovator. And I feel like that needs to be applied in places where it's really valued and appreciated. I just had to say that. 10th house, responsibility, success, become a person of power and status. Yeah, so this is all about your reputation too. I feel like you're a likable person, and I feel like you can definitely reach a level of success. Not that you aren't successful currently, but I feel like your reputation is going to be so, what's the word I'm looking for? So valued and so positive and so put up on a pedestal, or put up on a high regard. And people are going to look up to you. People are going to go to you for solutions and resources. So definitely look into that. We got an Aries. Your willpower, what you think you know about, do it your own way. And yeah, you need to fall in love with the idea of, again. You need something that's going to excite you, and you need to start practicing that. Like, there's more out there than what you actually realize. Okay. And you also need to put yourself first. Aries is ruled by the first house, and the first house is all about the self. You need to start being a little bit more selfish in what it is that you want and what you desire. Perfect timing. Remain positive. And farewell. Yeah, you need to say farewell to this old version of yourself, because I feel like you could really move into a new powerful version of yourself that you've never explored before. And everything is going to fall into place the way that it needs to, but you need to get things moving and get things rolling. The sooner that you do it, the more, motivation and, passion and exploration and curiosity that you have is going to put you on the road of recovery and discovery and success. Okay? But yeah, you need to say goodbye to your old ways of thinking, because they've served its purpose, and now it's time for you to say goodbye. All right. So please let me know if this resonated, my beautiful pile 3. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment down below if you feel the need to, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye.